Hello, this is Kirk Whittig providing a summary and review of what a college education buys. I'll also be discussing paraphrasing, summarizing, and quotes. So first off, explaining paraphrasing. According to SPAT, paraphrasing gives an accurate and comprehensive account of someone else's ideas, but in your own words as the writer. I like to kind of think of it as like a strict to original intent type of an idea, and that way you don't get off course of what the original intent was. So she also says be careful not to misread, project your own ideas, guess or ignore the text, or summarize too much. Just stick with the main ideas. An example of a paraphrase, I've provided my own version of what an original text was. You can see the original had 249 words. I was able to cut it down to 80 and still maintain the original intent of the original text. SPAT goes on to talk about summarizing, and she says that summarizing provides a comprehensive, concise, coherent, and independent voice. So basically when summarizing, you write exactly what's needed, nothing more, nothing less. You should also coherently wrap it together and let your voice shine. So this is kind of where you get to go ahead and interpret, or I guess treat it as like a organic type of a document. Example of summarizing. So using the original text, I went ahead and you can see I talked about that reference to the French system and kind of try to draw out of there what Mr. Caldwell was trying to get at there, and right there you can read. Explaining quoting. According to SPAT, quoting should only be used when there are no other words to use that are suitable, like there was for the original. So a couple reasons of why you should use it is it helps distinguish between your voice and the writer's. And you also don't want to alter, I guess, the original meaning in any way if you're not going to quote. So that's really important to do, I think, as well. So an example of quoting, I did a small quote and I took the phrase anything in particular. It was at the very end of the sentence, as you can see right here. And the reason I wanted to quote that is because in spell check in Word, it was standing out like there was something wrong. And then it is kind of worded awkwardly. So I thought, well, I want to go ahead and do that. But I also wanted to relate it to the laziness of Mr. Caldwell, because I felt like there was a lot of laziness in the article. And I thought that was a good way of doing it, because not only did spell check pick it up as something that's not right, but it just sounds like, well, anything in particular. So, like, it doesn't really care explaining too much. And there are my references.